So, this is your bitch now, huh?
Yes.
Or are you the bitch?
Whenever you have a high-performance vehicle, you're a simp. There's always something to do on it, that's for sure.
Yeah, but isn't it done now?
It's mostly done.
Mostly done?
Yes.
So what do we got going on?
We're going to upgrade our intake pieces here and make that a much sexier deal. We got this mostly in so-called mock-up way, but hopefully with the different kit on there, it'll make it a lot sexier.
Well, I struggle to see what the problem is. It looks pretty good right now.
It kind of looks cobbled together, but it works good.
Are you talking about this part right here, where it's kind of like up and out?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
We want it to seal to the hood, and hopefully we can get this leveled out better.
So is it just that it's like being pulled out?
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little distorted on the bottom as well from a different setup that we were running. But we should be able to correct it to where it's sitting right.
That's what we got coming up in the future, but to get to this point, what did you have to do?
We upgraded the fuel system on here too. We're mixing the aviation parts with automotive parts. They have the A&N fittings here.
Okay, so you got a feedback there. You got it running right back there, tucked back there, real nice.
Make sure it's away from heat and everything, because you know your life depends on it. But we've increased that fuel flow dramatically. It's can definitely handle a higher output still, you know.
Now, from what I understand, that braided line was a nightmare to install.
Well, I never did it before, and I wanted to make certain that I did it correctly. So I had to watch numerous YouTube vids and read up on it and so on. The biggest deal was to make sure that your ends aren't frayed when you're trying to put it together, because that distorts how it's going to seat. And once that I had it tight enough, I was confident that it should hold it. And so far, so good. We're not going to jinx it. It seems to work fine, because it was the big deal was making certain that the pump always had fuel, and the secondary pump is there doing that job. So its launch and everything sounds really good, but we don't have a gas gauge right now. So that we're trying to investigate to get that set. We have a number of lights that aren't operational, which we don't understand either. These are the normal gremlins of finding out if computer likes what kind of signal it's getting.
And this is exactly what you're talking about, where working on this performance stuff is never done.
Right.
Like once you start down that road, you're like always going to be chasing that thing.
It's kind of like a guitarist chasing the tone and
let's not even get started on tone chasing. You know, right? How many different mufflers have been on this thing?
At least 4 sets.
With different types of tips and configurations.
Configurations, yes. So now it's currently running a couple of Borlas, and these to me are the sexiest of all exhaust tips with this so-called baloney cut.
Like unassuming. It's sleek and it's not too fancy. Right. It's almost like a sleeper, but it's definitely been modified. They used to be on the inside of the leaf springs, but now they're on the outside, just so they could come out the bumper in the better position. I think it looks better that way, but you can see down there it comes close. We've had a trailer fully loaded connected to this thing, and it squats down and it gets even closer than it is, but it does not touch. So it's in the perfect position to not interfere with the leaf springs.
Yet it sounds NASCAR-y when you get on it, so I love it. It's kind of in the middle there where I like it.
It could be toned down just a little bit.
Yeah, I think it sounds amazing, but it needs to be a little bit more tame.
So were we going to looking at like resonators or baffles to try and tame that down just a little bit, and then it'll be good to go?
Exactly, yep.
So what do we got in store moving forward on this thing?
We're not real happy with our transmission temp. It's better than it was. So the idea then is to put a auxiliary fan on the bottom of the cooler, and then we can draw the air that's coming in as it is, and to go through there, a nice cool charge, and we'll tie it into the electric fans that are on the radiator.
And this thing weighs like 7,100 pounds with me in it, and we were towing a trailer with it and stuff, and the tranny stayed at a good temp. and it has good road manners.
Corvette brakes would be a good upgrade.
Willwood or Brembo?
Either, yeah, yeah. Because, you know, it's one thing to get it to go, then we got to make it stop too. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with its performance. It took about 5 months of torture to get it to this point. A lot of times, it wasn't just a mere inconvenience. It was something that had to be investigated, and it was a fight. But I'm glad that those things are done with, and we have a viable running performance machine.
Well, with all the back-ordered parts and stuff too, that set us back significantly. Not much time to work on
Not
it,
much time.
but it was worth it.
It was worth it.
No, we have not had it on a dyno yet. I'm planning on it though. And it gets like 10 miles per gallon now. So there's miles per gallon.
We're hoping that we can get a pretty good 60-foot time, and I want to see a quarter sometime. We have the perfect racetrack, the Bridge of Hope. It is a racetrack from the intersection at Walmart going across the river. Keeps you from hitting people in the center lane. There is nothing there except a barrier. So we can race somebody or do it alone, but we'll GPS it or something. And I want to see a 0 to 60 and then a quarter mile time.
I have a list of people we have to take down. We'll get there.
We'll work that ladder.
It's a hit list.
Yes, a hit list.
Who's first? Alright, now that it's done, you're going to be seeing a lot more videos of this. It's going to be fun.